Welcome. Get ready for another one. I'm ready here, back. You had a massive win. 170 pip. Secured with our previous trade. Looking forward to get another one. And as PPI coming, are you guys ready? And I want to see that when most of the traders are ready. But first, what I would like to ask you one important question. Have you secured the trade with the previous one that you have opened during the London live? It was an incredible entry, as I mentioned, and it worked out perfectly. So this is a power of having a strategy that works most of the time. We saw that there was some pullback that happened during the session, and I hold the trade, and it was all about patience, right? Patience pays off, and it paid off, right? That's a massive hit. Now we are back in track. 10 minutes, just 10 minutes remaining for the PPI to come. These 10 minutes are crucially important. I really want you to pay full attention to these 10 minutes. Because if you are paying attention to these 10 minutes, the rest of the session could be worthwhile watching. Can you say in the live chat that you are attentive? Or write anything. Keep just ... And I would like to see that you are attentive. If you are attentive, now all those viewers, make sure you like this analysis, like this live stream, so I know that you are attentive. And I'm pausing for 2 seconds, to 5 seconds, to 10 seconds, to 1 minute, for all members to be ready on this. I see that one member ready. Good morning, welcome. Getting ready one by one. Welcome, say yes, and also make sure you like, and I know that you subscribe, but if you haven't, you do so that you are not missing the regular content and also an exclusive content that I'm posting every day. That's very important as a trader for everyone, and so then don't make sure that you do that so that you're not missing any of the content that I'm posting. So you can see the market really trading with the trend. That's the key here. If you look at this, is the trend entry. The market is trading with the trend, and I am also trading with the trend. We have 7 minutes to go for the coming up this, for the next session coming. That means after the news. 7 minutes to go. We are ready for this 7 minutes to take the full advantage of it. Already. So what we are looking at in this 5 minutes time, I would like to look at the 3 key factors that will change how you look at the market. Alright, so here if you look at the closely in this area here, this is where there is significant downtrend that you can see after the multiple rejection of this higher price. The market has got rejected here back below, and that rejection could create this price action to break below here in that market. And we are looking at here, if you look at this is now this 5 minutes candlestick pattern showing that there is a downtrend. Technically I'm bearish. Let me know what you are looking at here. And I'm looking at quickly, the sentiment is very important. Now the market is the absolute volatility that we can see in that in recent years. So we have seen some 2 hours ago there is a news has come out about, I think it's about the UK. So UK West Streeting has told Ellis that he is preparing to resign and trigger a leadership contest as soon as tomorrow. So there are some kind of leadership contest, or sometimes it says the crisis. So it's going on, and I think that makes also the market volatility. You know why? Not in long ago, I think 2022. All right. I remember I took a trade on GBP USD. I just opened sell. It's like this, a very strong sell market. Now, I used to usually take a trade, okay, in the beginning, and then I learned from this. I used to take a trade and then I put the stop loss and take profit target. Trust me, guys, this is what I took a trade, and I just pressing the next button to place the stop loss. And just matter of as soon as I press the, that sell button, and I'm just pressing the stop loss button to place the stop loss, it took around 3 to 5 seconds time. The market did like this, gone up. My stop loss here, before I place the stop, the market has gone up here. So here I had 2% risk, it gone to 25% minus, right? Just one spike, and that spike came from someone in the UK resigned. I think someone, exactly can't remember, but it seems that I really be careful about if anything resigning or anything happening, because let me tell you why the traders care is because when someone resigns or join, the policy changes which influence the market abruptly. We'll be discussing later today. It's gonna change how you look at the market. So make sure that you keep eye, because that's highly tied to the financial market, highly tied to the forex currency. Because when policy changes, maybe interest rate changes, maybe interest rate cut, or maybe interest rate hike. There's a lot of change happens that. So therefore, traders look at who is resigning and what policy was tied to him or her, and who is coming up. So that definitely has a high impact in the market, because gold price might drop here with those decision, or might drop here because these are long-term influence in the market, or gold price might go here based on that. The data has come out. Let's see that what is happening here. And PPI, I'm just looking at to see what kind of data we can expect here. Okay, so the PPI here, core PPI has come out to be 1.4%. So the forecast was 0.5, so almost 2.5 times. And core PPI, so PPI is 1.4%, core PPI 1%, forecast was 0.3%. So nearly to 2 times, 3 times. Okay, so how does that has influenced the market? Let's look at DXY. Not only data, we want to see that how the market is interpreting. There is a massive bounce on DXY that you can see, and with the stronger economic data represent the stronger economy, so that creating the DXY to be upside here, pushing that market back to the upside. So with the DXY moving out, moving up here, what we can see that gold is bearish, and I think that's the reason that technically, if you look at that earlier, gold was bearish, is because DXY is getting bullish here. So with that being said, here this is currently showing on gold a bear market. With the I think if you look at the previous day, the CPI was pretty stronger, which was more than expectation, more than forecast. Now PPI has came out to be almost I think more than 2 times, 3 times, okay, which is if you fully look at the breakdown of this, is change in the price of finished goods and service sold by producer, excluding food and energy. So basically during this period, okay, there has been a lot of produce. So what does that mean? That, for example, 0.3% or forecast. So the forecast was the product to be produced, for example, 1,000 or 10,000 pieces. During the time period, actual product has been produced is 3 times more. That means if you predict it to be 10,000, it's gonna be 30,000. So that has a positive impact on the, I would say that, you know, I wouldn't use positive or negative, but there is a more currency. So that's how we can interpret, because when there is a more in economic activity in any currency, so the currency become more expensive because people want to buy that more currency, more economic activities. So that has given the DXY an upside bias. And as DXY, gold is just opposite of DXY. If either gold is bullish or bearish, if DXY is going up, then gold is naturally will be melting down. Now the goal here is to look at an entry. We found the directional bias. I'm looking at entry here for a possible move back down. And also there are some influence. Also, we need to look at the energy, right? You see the WTI might be going up. Yeah, this is what happened. When you see that there is a higher economic activities, there are more produce, there will be naturally there are high demand of energy, because more produce means more time factory open, more time vehicle, the cars, the petrols is getting more and more used, and therefore naturally it increases the price. Now there is a other side. Everything has two sides. The other side of high economic growth is also creates some kind of inflation. You know, this is the positive side of the, I'd say that the dark side of positivity. Okay, so if you look at that, for example, more and more job, a lot of production. So what will happen? There will be more economic activities, but to keep the inflation within the range and keeping the growth is the biggest, I would say, that art, the challenge. So if you can keep the inflation in control, but the growth is high, that's where the best outcome. But it's when you have a growth, even there is an inflation, it compensate because there is a usage, right? There is a usage. The inflation is risky when there is no growth, because when there is no growth, it goes the other way, right? So anyway, that's what we can see, that here on XAUUSD has shown that directional bias, as with the dollar getting expensive, that you can see with this move, and also oil showing that upside bias. We are looking at here on gold is potentially to you can see it has already shown a directional bias to the downside. Now I'm bearish on gold for this movement, for this session that we have seen so far. So therefore, let's look at where we can find entry, because there will be a pullback potentially, as the market has shown so far that bias. So this is the 5-minute chart. There's a significant drop, and you're gonna see that now this market to move up here. So this is the lower time frame move can happen, and that move, this is the 5 minutes price action from this level to this level. You're gonna see a pullback, right? So this is the 5 minutes bearish move, followed by this pullback here, and you're gonna see another move potentially back here below to this support area, along this area, and this is what I would like to look for an entry. But you want to see that there has been enough pullback of this drop. The market has dropped aggressively. If there is a higher volume, it might not go for a stronger pullback. Usually I wait for a stronger pullback for a confirmation for the market to show that directional bias. So we are looking at here in this zone for this movement to see that how the market structure is showing up its directional bias. So let's see here. This is the current resistance level, and we are looking at the 5 minutes. If you look at the 5 minutes from here, you can see this is a move that has shown that significant downside momentum here, and we are looking at in this area for this price action to give us that selling ability. I would love to sell directly from here, but I will be happy to see one more potential retest of this high, which may not happen, but let's wait for that. And we can target to 4651 if we can have a successful entry of this level to this zone here. We'll see that where it is heading. That's gonna be big move, but because there is a trend line already, the market tested the 20 MA. One more false breakout could be a very good entry opportunity. However, if not, then maybe even we can enter along the way. By the way, if you haven't liked this stream, make sure you do so. Let's wait for the right entry. Patience is key. We had an incredible win rate, and we're gonna hold on to that kind of performance by being patient in this live session as well as in the next one. No, I'm not in the earlier trade. I'm out. I've taken out 170 pip from the previous trade. Okay, so this one we have opened during the London live. Have you been opening the previous trade, traders, during the London session? How many of you here that opened the previous trade during the London session live? We are looking at here in this support area, and that's where the market is trying to push back here, back above in this zone. And thank you. Okay, so here in this zone, if you look at that, this is a narrow area where you want to look for an entry. So I'm prepared to enter in that zone as soon as the market shows that possibility. Market shows that potential entry bias at that level. Okay, so which is very important to look at. Here, this one I would like to see this move potentially in that area. And the 5 minutes price action that you can see, this is the 5 minutes market structure, and you want to see that the market is going up here for a little deeper pullback. The drop here can happen back below to this support area, and the lower time frame showing that there is potentially even the rejection can happen off this level, or going up is a very important zone that you can look for. I'm prepared for an entry, just letting you know my plan. And in that zone here, if the price action goes above this area, in this area here, this is what I'm looking at for a possible. If you look at that zone, that's where you can look for an entry, and we can keep our stop loss a little with a little gap that can be 100. And if you look at that 1 hour, let's look at the 1 hour price action close, and that's the 1 hour resistance line here. Yeah, I will be keeping little wider here because the market may go up for another deeper pullback, and therefore here I'm looking at in this market to have that initial bounce, and then keeping my stop loss above this line here. Still I didn't enter, but I want to see the market being able to successfully break that high, because you want to see that this candlestick pattern going up here for the deeper pullback before we look at that entry in this market. That move back to the upside will create a breakup structure. See, there is a potential for there's also a 15 minutes close that you can see, and we have 1 minute for this candle to close, and I'm going to look at here so I'm going to look at this sell, which is 128 pips stop loss, probably entering little earlier, but this is high probability move potentially here, and I'm entering a sell here on gold from this 5 minutes candlestick pattern in that area for a possible downtrending move, and this is a sell entry that I'm waiting to get into that. And if you look at that also, I'm sharing the trade here, and if you look at that level that you can see, So this is where you can see the market has shown really a good move here, and I will be opening a sell entry in that area if you look at that level. So if you see that the market is showing here, I'm putting the stop loss at this level. So this is the trade that I will be opening here. If you look at that stop loss here at 4694. So the stop loss that I'll be placing here, 4694.00, and I'll set my take profit target with this trade here at 4653. We can adjust at any time. Take profit 4653.00, and I'll keep only 1% risk on this trade here. All right. It's better to keep it smaller risk, but I will take two of them. So it's gonna be basically 2% risk on this trade. That's cool. I'm short on gold, and I have opened that position. You guys have seen that I have executed the trade in front of you. That's how trading is, right? Trading is like that. I have executed the trade in front of you. Say yes if you have seen. And this is how I'm showing you guys that trading is easy. You can trade anytime. And if you are not being able to trade successfully, then make sure that you use the same method. Have you seen that? Say yes if you have seen that. Trade is on. I'm short on gold and the market is on, and I've sent the same trade in the premium group. Yes, very good. And if you are with me running this trade successfully, then make sure you like this stream and also subscribe to the channel for more. And it's on. It's on. I'm running little bit up here. Little bit of correction here in that area. I think that's gonna be potentially a correction, and we're gonna see that breaking back below. Cool. So why are you not trading WTI? See a lot of money there in these days. I do trade. We do trade WTI. I have sent quite a few signals, and also I have opened quite a few of them. I do trade WTI. It's also a good instrument to trade. I trade WTI. I trade USD/JPY. I trade depending on which one is trending. I trade Euro dollar and British pound US dollar and USD. So these are the main currency that I trade. So basically XAUUSD, I trade a lot with that. Okay, XAUUSD, WTI, USD/JPY, okay, and Euro dollar, British pound US dollar, AUD USD. So these are mainly I trade, apart from occasional trade. So this is the main instrument. So in all of them same strategy, same philosophy, same trading. Just you need to make sure that you are following the system. You can see the market is trending here, and you're following the system, you're following the strategy. That's all you need. The rest will be taken care of. Okay, so let's look at here. So running in here. Do the stop loss 4694.58. Take profit here at open another one here. When there's a good trade, you want to take it more, but not over risking, of course. This is very important. Just took 2% risk, and I have another one that I've opened. Welcome. And here you can see there is a consolidation again in this area, which is an interesting market structure that you can see. Okay, the market structure here is getting rejection, so I'm hopeful that this price action to eventually trend back down. This is a little early entry, but if you look at as soon as the market has shown that pattern, as soon as the price action has shown that movement here in the market, we have opened that position. That's why the key here to look at, guys. So can you break down your strategy for us to understand? Yes, of course I can break down the strategy that I'm trading. Okay, this is my job here, is to give you the lesson that I'm trading. Don't hesitate to ask the question if you want to know more. And first of all, you see that the strategy that I'm trading is trend trading, right? That's what the primary goal here is, to trade with the trend. So when you trade with the trend, it becomes much easier for you to remain always profitable over the long term. Now, what kind of strategy? If you look at this, is the 5 minute candlestick pattern, right? What kind of price action that you can see here in this area? Now, if this 5 minute candle closing lower here, that you can see, all right? If it is closing lower, there is a potential for a flow in this market back below, right? So I'm using a strategy that trades with the trend. Okay, there will be more breakdown, and also for those who are in the premium group, you can see, you can go at the top of your group, pinned all those strategies, all those lessons and education. You can directly access all of them for your growth as a trader. It's a great way to learn, great way to trade, and scale up your learning, scale up your trading, to take your trading to the next level. Just only you need a mindset. So we said the market has broken back below. Now this is if you look at this back-to-back 3-5 minutes candlestick pattern in that area, right? So this 3-5 minutes candlestick pattern is here, that there is a stronger liquidity sweep of that level. And with this liquidity sweep, what happened, the price action has shown that pattern, and we can see the market has created that momentum back below. And with multiple area, okay, so now the coming to the part of the education. Okay, education means that learning and growth as a trader. But what we are looking at the education, what is happening with the geopolitics also, we are looking at a little bit why the market is dropping now. Let's look at so this is about the visit in China. I think this can be something that we can look at. ECB's culture. June is a decision between a hike and hold. So this is another indication. That means that either hike or hold, that means no cut. So at least the traders knows that there is no cut. So if there is no cut, then euro dollar is still in a bearish trend. It's because of the strengthening on the XOY. If you look at the British pound US dollar, also in a downtrend. So British pound US dollar, if you look at that 4-hour chart, back to back 3 rejection, 4-hour rejection is huge. Back to back 3 rejection of this 10 EMA. There is a crossover of 10 and 20 EMA. It's an ideal trend scenario. So that's where British pound US dollar, you can expect it to break that support, but I think that it's gonna break below, overextend, and then could bounce back up, or may continue to drop further lower here. So if GBP/USD is down today, we are looking at gold also to be down, and that's how we sold 2 trades, one after one. And I'm looking at here also this session for the market to show up its price action confirmation in this area here. And this is where, if you look at that 10 and 20 MA in this area, the price action to show its confirmation. And now again we see that bounces, the market creates like that kind of a structure before it eventually breaks that low. With a break back to the upside here in this market, how does the price action shows? This is a double top that you can see. I'll remain lean and patient here to see that if the market is eventually cracking that back below to the support area to create a new lower low. And the 15 minutes price action, this is a doji. If this 15 minutes candlestick pattern breaks below, then I'm looking forward to see the market to come back here to the previous support area. Alright, so it might just push up a little further here, And I'm ready with risk management. Sometimes the market just, it just take more liquidity, and that can happen. But if we have traded the probability, if it happens, we will be re-entering again. But here what I can see in this area here, the market is still highly in a downtrend. Now wait for the rest for the market to show up. One of the best things that I do is, even in a high volatility, keep the stop loss smaller, so you are not over risking, and then you can take the trade accordingly, as many as you want if you have a managed risk. Right? So here 5 minutes, market has moved up to the resistance level, and it's pretty high. So off this level, if you look at that area, this is where there is a stronger rejection of the market structure, and with this rejection here, they're expecting the market to create that correction and then to return again in the direction of the major flow. Little louder volume, that might bring the volume high in the market. $15-minute order block is there. Yeah, what is your TP level? My TP level is at this level here at 4653, but we can change anytime. The previous trade that you have taken, I have changed the TP, and I would say that we might change the TP, that might need it, because I want to keep the win rate at above everything, because I set the TP faster for entry. The market successfully drop here. 160 pip, not bad. I'm going to move the TP, and I will also explain the full reason behind this current TP. 4665 level. $4665 level is my current TP, new adjusted TP that I moved. So I moved my TP at 4665, basically 70, but I moved it 4665. So the 5 minutes candlestick pattern has crossed in that area. There's a liquidity sweep, and I'm looking forward to see the market to break that low, continue to trend, and to break that lower shadow of this market structure here in that area. We're getting some reaction of this key level, and I'm looking at here in this market to show up its pattern. I guess you guys are ready for this move again. This is another potential breakdown of this market, and I'm looking at here for an entry in this area for another wave of move. And if it successfully break below, there is already, if you look at that impulse, right? And this is the news move. So impulse, multiple liquidity sweep. This is an extension above, overbought. I would say this is a high probability entry. Especially you want to see that this is the critical zone. We want to see that it's breaking off this successfully below. Once it breaks successfully below here, there's no way, very high chance the market will drop below. But breaking below is important, because from here some buyers might try to push up further. But if it does, if it fails that, that means this is the false breakout, then you could see new lower low, because a move, pullback, extension, you can expect another move, and that's gonna go back to the Elliott wave 1, 2, third wave. We're gonna use just producer price index till 2026. So wholesale price surges 1.4% in April, much more than expected. So there is a flag pattern here in this video, and if that's a flag pattern after this consolidation, okay, so this 5 minutes candle getting reaction of that, I stopped out, it's fine. This is the 4-hour price action, and so you see another long wick candlestick pattern being formed here. And I think this market now reached a very optimal pullback, right? Let's look at the Fibonacci. Yeah, it reached near to 61.8%, and our stop loss above the 61.8%. So if you look at that if the price cross that zone, there's 78.6%. We place the stop loss here. If needed, we can move above 78.6%, which is around 20 pip. We can move, but I think no need. So if that's the case, 61.8% here, we have seen the pull. So we entered at nearly 38.2%, and then the market here reached that pullback level. It's a simple strategy that you can use all the time. It works most of the time. Going for a Fibonacci and then wait for the market to give you that entry. You can use Fibonacci if you use the trend. How many of you want to know now how to use the Fibonacci and then use the trend to enter the trade? I'm going to show you now exactly how you can do that. You can record that. You can repeat that. The only thing that you need is discipline as a trader, risk management, right? Now I'm sharing with you. This is one. You can use hundreds of strategies to trade the market. But what I'm sharing with you, very effective risk manager strategy. If I see at least two people say yes, then I'm sharing now. And before you say yes, make sure that you looked at, did you like this stream? Yes or no? And also hit that subscribe button for all the content that I'm sharing, so you are not missing any of them that I'm posting. Okay. So yeah, we got some feedback. Now I'm going to that. Okay. What do you need here? A clean impulse, either to the upside or downside, right? Very important. Impulse means that a move, okay? At any time frame, doesn't matter, 1 minute, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, regardless of what happened here. You need one clean move. That means all red, 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 like that. And also you need both EMA to be crossed over from each other. 10 EMA below, 20 EMA above, okay? In a downtrend. Then, once you see clean move, wait for the pullback. So when you look at the pullback, the optimal entry happens at 50 to 61.8%. Okay, so this is the 50, 61.8%. This is an optimal entry zone. Okay, you can enter at 38 points. Some trade may leave you at 30. If you want to be little aggressive, you can enter at 38.2%. Okay, either by pending order or by market. And then your stop loss should be above 78.6% or little higher. So simple strategy, right? If you use this strategy, you need at least 2 to 1. Repeat that. You always over the long term will remain profitable. Some trade will not go in your favor, but if you do that risk managed plan, it's gonna keep yielding you constant growth, consistent growth, not all winner, but consistent growth here. All right, so here is the market now approaching that 61.8%, and I think there has been some upside back again. So that's showing that there might be further move. Let me see if we should worth moving that stop loss here. Yeah, I'll be moving the stop loss here. I know it's gonna increase little risk here, but just increasing the risk the double. That means that 2 times what you have taken. And I'm moving my stop loss at 4703. $4703.60. So I moved that stop loss to 4703.60. Now my risk exposure is still that the trade didn't go to our actual stop loss, but I moved that stop loss is because what you will be doing here, guys, once the trade come back at our entry, again you will move the stop loss in the right area. So just to give it little breathing, this market is there was a significant drop, and I'm still expecting the market to trend here back below. We didn't hit our original stop loss, but I moved that to give it some area to breathe. This is where you can see there was a significant move that earlier we have seen, and from the 4-hour chart that you can see the market has created a pretty long bearish engulfer here, and I'm looking to see the market to show its move back again for another directional move, as from the daily as well the market showing that there is a possibility for a downtrend. That's cool. And my stop loss just pushed up a little bit, but I will be moving it as soon as we see the market has settled that level. So just cross this level that you can see of this. It reached that previous resistance level, and this move that I would say this is a very surprising move, and the market may here back down below potentially to create a new lower low, and if it breaks below here, that could create a really significant move. Here, let me open the previous one. So I just need to move the stop loss here. 60. So here the market is at this area where there is here is the extension, right? And with this extension here, I changed my order here. Start to break below. And if we see successful break below that, I would say the new lower low can be created, which can be pretty exciting here to look at. And I'll be running that some of the position that I'm opening. The key here is to look at and wait for the market to go and break that low, and we see the break coming. And once we see the market has successfully shown that move, and I have opened another position here in that area with the new stop loss, and we will be looking at with the previous trade running, and we will be keeping that running here with proper entry. So if you look at, I'm also running with some minus with the previous trade. If you look at that, so I'm running at around $500 minus with the previous trade. So I'm running around $700 minus with the previous one, and with this one here, I have opened another position of this level for a sell, but you know I would recommend you to keep the risk managed, because I keep a smaller risk, so I have added a position sell entry in that area. But if you are not having the risk managed, that I would keep as it is. So once we see the market has successfully dropped down back below, we can look at here for the market to give another entry criteria. Now there's another doji here that you can see has closed off this level, and if the price successfully drop that back below, hope we can win this trade, and I hope so, and I'm also waiting for that to happen. We can see there is a rejection back below here, and with this rejection that we're waiting for the market to break that low. Basically now I have opened few positions. I might close some of them in the, so I opened one of this level, the older one is running here, and also the stop loss, the older one is here. So with this move, what I'm going to do here, if the market drops successfully back below, I will keep the same trade that you have opened in the beginning, and I will move the stop loss in the right place, and I might close the one that I have opened at this level at somewhere here. So you'll keep some, secure some profit, while also you'll be running the original trade. This is how I looked at, and looking forward to see that you guys also getting into that. I'm almost nearing to the leveling at my previous trade. And as soon as I will be leveling to the previous trade, I will move my stop loss at the right place. So that way I reduce the risk. And also I'll be closing my the new trade that I have opened along this area. Still I'm running the same. So here's the liquidity. So when I see the market is coming here, breaking that low, crossing that low, that could create really good pressure here for the market to show its pattern. And with that successful break below, we can look at that entry here back down. And when I see the market to successfully cross that low, continue to drop, and then created a new lower low here. Especially coming to our entry is a good move that you could see if the market successfully come back to our entry, which is a very high possibility that the market will entirely drop down to our profit target again, entirely back below. Okay, breaking that low here. So it's coming down, that you can see in this area. So it's coming back well below here. and that you can see the market is having that rejection down back below, and we had the successful move. I'm looking forward to see the market to break that low here to that entirely to drop down to our entry. That's what I'm looking at for this price action to show its pattern back down. And hold TP. Yep, I'm holding on to that for the full TP target, to hit the full TP of that level. In the meantime, if you haven't liked this stream, make sure you do so. It's coming down here back to this support area, which is maintaining that movement, maintaining that downtrending market structure here. And I'm showing the price action to show, and we can see that move happening. If you look at the 4-hour candle close coming, it's a complete break. Yes, this is the second trade of today's move, and this is also the CPI move, PPI move that we have taken. And I guess you are guys also there trading with me this week. We are crashing here at the moment. I'm looking forward to see that the market to show its entire move back down below to the support area, and which is pretty exciting that you can see of this movement. That you can see the price action showing its entire move. And it's breaking that low here. It's breaking that low, and we could see that continuation and continuation down, continuation move back here to create a new lower low. And that is what we are. If you look at that price action has dropped. It's almost, now we are 62 pip move. Now I would like to see how many of you are riding this trend with me. Say yes if you are riding this trend with me in the live chat. If you are working, if you are trading this potential liquidity grab, and then there is a liquidated move on gold, right? And this is what you want to look at in this area. If you look at the lower time frame, the market structure shows that the price action is here, that bearish, and I'm looking at after this pullback, the price action to come back. Now this is a pullback, and it dropped a lot, and I will be real excited to see that the market is maintaining its entire move back to the support area, though we can see some pullback again. But I'm not taking out of this trade, as as it is in a downtrend. You can see the market is slowly trying to break that low. One more drop can create that stronger rejection here back below to the support area. So with a pretty stronger break below here in that area, that looking forward to see the market to trend back down back below to create a new lower low, and that might if you look at this candle close, we see that it has entirely broken the support area. We want to see that trend continuation, and the market shows that kind of price action along this zone, and we are looking at after the crossover of this area to show that the price to revert back. OFC bounce, yeah, I do a small, okay. With the entire, if you look at that entire rejection of this higher price can create that that move again. So we are still showing that trend continuation price action in this area on XAUUSD. And that is moving, and I am holding. It's not, and it's just the beginning. What is happening with the current move? Okay, so it's breaking that low here, and we might see a new lower low created. almost there, almost hitting that target. Almost hitting the target here. Here's the move, and here's the market showing that the market structure is creating that bearish price action, and we are looking at here for the price action to break that low to directly hit the profit target. And this is gonna be another continuous union. I see that there is a huge surge in this live session. Along with this, demand of this trade is going up, so don't miss out your entry for the next trade by subscribing to the channel. Did you do that? Well done. Now here is that market is showing the price action, and we are looking at that price action of this level to break below, and we see that this is the current support. That's where the market is heading, and with that support, from this high, it's getting rejected back below here. pull back again. I'm waiting for the full TP. Triggers little patience, and that's the way the market does. Alec analysis. Thank you very much. Thanks for that. And yeah, I do my best analysis that you guys can see in the best way possible. And everything that I have learned, I have observed, I just shared with all those really keen to learn and grow as a trader with me, which is the main concept here as a trader, which is the main goal, to be a consistently profitable trader. And we are looking at here in this area, if you look at that, you see this move that you can see on the market now is basically also it's also the representation of the observation that you can see in the market. Just bounce off this level from this profit area. It reached the previous swing high here, which is near our entry, and I think the market may just get that rejection here. Okay, got that back here, and we could see that the continuation here back down below for this movement, and we are seeing that the price, after reaching that resistance line, maintaining the downtrend, and you could see that the market is structured to eventually come and lower low, creating a lower low. I'm still holding on this trade, and that's the 110 ppm. I want to take the full here, which will be nearly to 160 pip. After the previous one, 170, this 150, and we want to keep that on and on. Let's see that what is currently on the market, or the current geopolitical news. So here is the market structure showing that the price action pattern of this level, and this is a key zone that you can see here. And I think this move that you can see again, that might create again another potential sell opportunity of this. Still running in profit. And I think if you look at here, the market is, there is a straight bounce and then reaction back below, and that might be coming to a point where looking at the market movement is really interesting, that you will see more often. It's interesting because the market actually moves with the flow, right? And that's why I more often talk about the flow is very important. Understanding flow. If you don't understand flow, let me know. I wish full down to 70, just 40 people. Okay, no. You know, becoming a successful trader need very small knowledge, but a big work on you becoming as a trader. Okay, so what does that mean? Will change the way you look at everything. You see, we made up one thing that we have misunderstanding. You know what it is? Let me tell you why. I would say that it's potentially be result of wrong education, just being fully. Let me tell you why. We are told that, we all have the same and do the same, but we actually not the same. So what do I mean by this? We are imagine that you are in a house. Okay. Now in that house, there are many objects, right? You can find a bed. You can find a chair. You can find books. Let's consider these three. Now, we tell the bed to play the guitar. We tell the chair to play the guitar. We tell the books to play the guitar. And also there is a guitar here. Okay? And we tell the guitar to play the guitar. You see? That's the secret. Because we give the same lesson, same education, same advice, same philosophy to everyone. So what happened? The bed trying to play guitar, but it's making a buzzing sound. The chair making a very noisy sound. The books even can't make any sound. But the guitar is playing very well. Because the guitar is made for guitar. So therefore, when the guitar plays the guitar, it just need to put his finger a little bit and no need to do anything else. The sound produces from here with little touch of it is. While three people pulling the bed up and down just to make a sound, but it's buzzing. The reason is, before you do anything, you first find out who you are, right? At who you are made for. Because everyone is unique, right? Whichever country you have born, you must have some history, right? Do you have history in your country? Of course. Everyone is very open, right? Now look at the history of your country. And probably 200, 300 years ago, if you closely look at, you will find that your country had a liberation war, right? Many countries, as my country where I born, there was a liberation war. And there is always a celebration of the liberation war, right? So there is a soldier who went to the liberation war. Now, if I give the soldier to look after the child, it's not gonna work, right? Because the soldier is made to liberate his nation. Because he is made for that. So the lesson here is that we need to teach the soldier how to liberate a nation, not the look after the children. While we have to teach the child carer how to look after the children, not to be a soldier. So this is where the fundamental wrong in education, because we give the same advice to everyone and that's not going to work. So therefore, if you want to be a trader, don't go to a soccer player, neither go to a surgeon. Go to a trader who knows how to trade and who knows how to play the guitar, right? That's what it is. Okay, now let's look at here in the market where we are looking at. This is where the key level, and we have entered at this level. Thank you very much. And here in that area that we are looking to see that of this entry level, we are looking at the break below, and where I'm looking at for this market to see that the price is coming back to that. We need one more rejection here to drop down to that entry area, to that liquidity zone. That's what we are going to look at. Now here the market structure shows that the price is coming back, and I'm looking at here to hit that TP target. Just waiting for anything can happen. The market still can bounce off this level. By the way, my stop loss is not there now. My stop loss is above this high. So I'm going to change that. Now my stop loss I'm bringing at the previous level, so that we bring the back to the stop loss at the previous level. We move that here. Yes. Thank you. WD pushing up. Let's see that. If WD is pushing up, yeah, we can see that. Then we are looking for that on, if you look at the WTA pushing up, so gold might be pushing here back down. And this is what we are looking at here in that area. Okay, here is trying to push up, and I think if WTA pumping up, gold potentially be pumping back down here. This is what we are looking at here in this market. The only thing that there might be some rejection coming off this level. So with this resistance that you can see of this level, this is a dynamic level of resistance. Of that dynamic level of resistance, the market is maintaining that smooth resistance, looking forward to see the price to reject back below, and we are coming to that support area. Once the market successfully break that low, we are looking at here to support area to break and then to create a new lower low in this market. Okay, so here this current resistance line that you can see, there is a liquidity gap in that zone here, and what we can expect here, the market to have a reaction back below. Can I resist the drop? Yeah. So we had a lot of patience. This is if you look at this, is a kind of circular structure formation that you can see in this area. And that circular pattern is important because this is where, with this circle formation, the market to break below, this is what we are looking at. It's a perfect circle. And inside the circle that we see couple of, if you look at, that's a one move back, and then we see that another move back down here, right? So which is the market is maintaining up and down of that circle. Now from that circle, that looking forward to see the market to break that below here. This is a structure that you can see is forming here, and I'm looking at that structure to break that low here, and then to continue to trend, flow back down in the support area to create a new lower low. We'll see that here where it is heading back to that. Looks like inverse head and shoulder. Yeah, this is what you can see. Yeah, it looked like to me also inverted head and shoulder, but not fully inverted head and shoulder. So it's a kind of series of lower high. That means slow selling pressure, and also whenever coming down, the buyers or profit taking. So basically for me, this move is still a profit taking move, and of that profit taking move, the market might be what you could see, that if it successfully break that low here, potentially coming down to that level here, and that might trigger the profit target, and we would be able to see that move. Looks like inverse head and shoulder. Yeah, thank you very much. Inverse head and shoulder means it goes back up. No, the trend is first. It might go for some period of time, but the key here is to look for the trend, right? Now it may go up, that's fine, that's the part of trading, but if you look at breaking out of that and then grabbing liquidity, then to look for, we'll be looking at here. We saw that there's near to the profit. I normally don't like to close before direct profit target hit, but if you look at here, that you can see the market with this inverted head and shoulder, try to some buyers might try to buy that market here, but usually trend is first. We see that trend is down, and we are looking at here for the market to show its trending directional bias here in that area. And we are looking at here for the market to create that pressure back below in that area. Still, I think 70 was good TP. Now I'll keep it there, yeah, because you see after break of this structure, the market slowly trying to build its momentum back, because it created this false breakout here after this consolidation. If it is a false breakout, then we might see that melting back down below. Thank you. And look at 66. Yeah. Okay, it tested that high and might see the market now to have a reaction back below. And I'm looking at here as to see that the market to break that, and we see it dropped well below here. And this is another, after this structure there was a massive false breakout. We see the drop. I moved my TP at the level that I have reached, because there's a 4-hour candle close in that. And this time I might not the stop loss. I might not move the stop loss. Let's see that what kind of market structure it creates. Thank you. Okay, getting the reaction of that level. It's moving here. Eagerly waiting for the TP hit. Let's increase the volume, not in the market but in the music, but it might also increase in the market. So you can see that off this level there is a rejection that could lead that price back below here to the support area. And off this level the market is still showing that downtrend. Still we are looking at this price action to break that low, and I'm still holding on this market to drop that down. You know what I said, that taking a successful trade, taking it to the successful entry, it requires patience, and that's why patience is the greatest virtue, one of the greatest virtues of all. Virtue is usually there's some philosophical concept, but virtue means that something that has a high value, right? So having a patience is very important to look at when you are trading, and which is very important to see that especially in trading you need to look at that you have the patience to grow and to learn and to progress as a trader. Once you are patient, it takes much more easier for you to progress in everything, and also the brains remember the experience, right? If you're becoming patient in trading, you can be patient in anything. Okay, you can do good at job, at work, at study, even in the family, because it's the same chemistry that brain remembers when you have that patience in your mind. So here is what we are looking at here in that zone. This is from the first 30 minutes of this move that you can see the market has moved to that level where there is a key level. Now here it bounced again back, and this is a vital resistance level that you can see the market just crossed that high, and I'm now waiting for a false breakout of that resistance. Once the market creates the false breakout of the resistance, there's a chance for the market to break that low here and then continue to drop. Okay, I'm looking to see this is a false breakout, and if that's a false breakout, we are no that. At that level that you can see, $40 pips, too greedy and now waiting. No, looks, we can't, like, you don't know how far it's gonna really, it's a trading habit. Okay, so if you look at, we can probably, if you, let's say, close here, if you think that you missed that, what will happen next time after dropping a little bit, you feel like closing the trade. This is I have gone through all kind of experience. It's a trading habit. So for example, if you see that a market, I do close sometime, and I'm not saying that I'm not closing, it's a part of game, but most of the time when you have the room, so I do close when I have a slight bigger risk or bigger profit. You see the previous trade that we have opened during the London, I have closed at halfway because we had 2 times profit target. 170 pp is well more. Now we have this one also similar, 170 pip, which is not very, 165 pip, not very high. But the thing is that, let's say this is where the entry and the market drop, 40 pip, 50 pip, even 100 pip, you still have 20, 30 pip remaining, and you close here. The next trade will happen the same. Think that, okay, the market drop, I might should close here. So it's ultimately, it's gonna become a trading habit. In that way, sometimes you need to let go of some trade. The same thing, right? Combine 10 trades is the same thing. Probably by closing that way, you can save 2 trades out of 10, but you're gonna, for each trade, you're gonna cut, and then you actually cut 5 trades of your winner, or maybe 4 trades, equivalent to 4 trades. But if you let go the full, at least, that considerable move, then probably you one trade, 2 trades didn't work out, but you overall, you will be in the winning side. Okay, that's the key here to look at. Okay, so with this move here, for me, this move that you can see on gold has still possibility to come further downside already. So this is the 30 minutes close that you can see. This is still bearish. Now I move my stop loss near the previous resistance line. This time I will not change because, you know, already it's been a lot of time of this. It might drop now, okay, but when we break the MA 50 and close above, we are doomed. Okay, very good. And then it just a small drop. Let's see that where it happens. By the way, if you like this stream, make sure you like so, and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. And we do take some limited number of member in the premium group. Okay, currently the premium group is open for limited number of members. So I'm placing the premium group link for each week. We take only limited number. So today we'll be able to take few limited number, and I'm just creating a special link here for some new members to join from here in the premium group. So it will be only for limited number of people as we are progressing in the middle of this session. In the premium group, you can access all my premium trade. There is currently it's available exclusively for the members of this academy, and there is a lot of opportunity indicators, courses, signals, as well as trading system that I'm trading available for you to experience. So the link for this premium group now I am placing in the description area, which I'm replacing that link with the one that previously held with the premium link for limited numbers. That means that it might get expired anytime. So I would highly encourage you to join once it is given. So this link that I'm sharing now, it's the full lifetime access to the academy, and I've given the link in the description now if you want to really explore more with the premium. So I've shared the premium group link also in the description and also in the live chat. This is a rare opportunity. Take that one here where you will be regularly will see every trade that I am opening, every strategy that I am using, including the full breakdown, including you also as a premium member will be able to access my automated trading system that I'm trading entirely as a member for the lifetime. So it's a great opportunity for the members, for the new traders who really want to take their trading to the next level. And I'm in this academy for now years. We have members who are trading with us years of time. So few positions open for you to experience this academy. So I have shared the link in the description and also in the live chat. You just need to click and join. And once you are in the premium group, go at the top of the group, check out all the group's courses that given for you to learn and grow as a trader. Thank you very much. Get on board and get ready to take your trading to the next level. Here we are trading in a way that no one have ever traded that way. This is a unique way to trade the market. Have you ever seen how we have traded in that academy? For those who are in the premium group, you know that this is a new way of trading in 2026, and it's verified by hundreds of members who are trading in the academy. And I'm trading this live. Go back to the channel and you can see now more than 5 years on. I'm live every single day, twice. And that experience now blended into few videos, and you can drink all of them, so that you don't have to reinvent the light bulb like the Thomas Edison. Not trial for 1000 to create one, but just one-on-one, right? That's what it is. So let's get into that. And here the market is again trying to push back down, and I'm looking forward to take this market to move back again to our entry level. Okay, so once the market successfully break, I'm really confident that we will be able to take this trade to its full potential. That's the fruits of patience. Can you access the educational tools, indicators via the link? Yes. Once you are in the academy, you are open for everything. I keep everything open for my members, including my personal strategy that I use in my personal account, including my personal indicator that I use to find trades. Okay, I have more than 50 indicators that created personally for making the market since beginning to the end. So you'll be able to access all of them, but the only limitation is that we cannot take everyone who is now in the live session. But the link that given might get few members depending on availability. And once you click, if you see that you are in. If you see expired, that means it's gone. Probably you can find another day once we are giving randomly. The reason I give randomly without announcement is because I'm not sure when it's available. That's why. Hope to do it. Thank you. Yes, so once you are in the premium, every day there is all these tool and courses at the, if you are in the premium, then go to the top of the group. So it's pinned at the top. So you can see that all those courses, groups pinned at the top. And also there is a educational chat group where all those experienced trader and also me in the chat group, which is highly supervised, admin supervised chat group, where you can ask any question, and where all those verified members who are trading with me in the live market are there. So you're gonna be part of that. If you want to be, if you don't want to be in the chat group, that's fine. You just take the lesson, take the signals, make money, learn trading, and then you can leave anytime the group. Okay, this is up to you. It's a free now for this week that I'm giving it to, so that for those who are struggling in trading, can improve your trading strategy, can improve your trading system. I'm trading gold, I'm trading euro dollar, WTI, USD JPY, anything that you trade, or you are just a complete beginner, you're welcome. Okay, I was also beginner when I started my trading, and it didn't go well, but I hope that your one will go well because you're here. This is what our goal here is, to help every traders in this planet Earth. So if you're in this planet Earth, probably you are in that right place. How do you join the chat group? Okay, so if you're on the to join the chat group, if you're in the premium group, all those additional group access available, you'll see that. Just keep posting, keep eye on the post, and also you can pin that group at the top, where also you can access those material and education every single day. It's a journey, right? It takes usually in a standard education system, to be an engineer, you need 5 years of postgraduate education, right? In trading, you need at least 3 years to 5 years. But here, if you in the right education, right strategy, I would say that hardcore, if you do very serious, 1 year you can get to the point. But here, the system that I'm using, I'm making sure that from day one, that anyone trading can start to see the positive results in their trading. That's where we are at. All right, so here is the consolidation. Looking forward to see the market to break below here. Thank you very much. What happened? Haven't you got access or? Okay, it's a start to break below here. Okay, so we have just been crossed to our profit area. Now this time I'm pretty confident that the market is likely to break that low and going to hit our profit target. As with the limitation of this live session's timing, I have to end this live, but I am not ending this trade. This trade, the profit target exactly there, and I will be leaving that profit target. I'm expecting it to hit that profit target. However, I'm still observing this trade until the end, and also will be looking for more entries, and I will give an update. It's now just a matter of 2 hours, okay, 2.5 an hour. After a break, I will give an update with this trade, and also if I'm entering another one, also I'll let you know what level I'm entering. So that update will be coming in around 2.5 an hour. So keep eye on the channel for the further update and further entry opportunity. Thank you very much. Stay with us. Okay. You want me to stay? Okay. Staying for another few minutes. All right. Sure. Let's celebrate it together. I think this break of structure can bring that market back below. I'm delaying that live for a bit more time to see that if we are in the profit zone. But by the way, for those who are observing this market, observing this price action here, coming down. Okay, so we see after break of this high, it created this head and shoulder, and off this head and shoulder, it's slowly breaking that low, and we are looking forward to see the market to successfully come back to our entry, and no doubt reject again. Okay, yeah, we are seeing that now reflecting back to the market, and I'm really excited to take that move back below here. This is where there is a doji formation that you can see here, and that doji might trigger that market back below to the support area here. creating this pressure, and I'm running in profit. Can you let me know if you're running in profit or what's the status of your trade? I'm just running in little profit. This is so waiting trade. It is so waiting trade, and you know what? I think this market coming here back. This is currently trending, and there is this pin bar here is a potential rejection on the 1 hour that you can see the market is almost closing now. So the closing the first hour of this 4-hour candle, which is showing up that the market to potentially remain here in the downside directional bias here in this market. Yeah, giving resistance a lot. Yeah, this is what you can see the market is basically. Usually that is where that the emotion triggers and many traders quit at some point. Okay, I'm gonna take profit. It's also happened to me as well, but over time with learning, with experience, you're gonna learn it. That's where the key. Learn with experience, and once you learn with experience, it's gonna give you a huge advantage over each trade that you will be opening. Okay, the market trend here shows bearish rejection that you can see, and I'm looking forward to see this trend to come down back to break that trend line. To break the trend line is important for us to be able to see the market is coming to our profit target. But the way the market has formed, that I'm looking forward to see that continuation pattern in that area here. Break even? No, I'm not going break even here. I'm gonna take it full profit target after waiting that much of long. I don't have a big risk, so basically if it in case goes to the stop loss, I will be out with the smaller risk. But the way the price action that I see, for me, it's a higher chance to break below here, right? So you can see this is the 1 hour candle closing also, and if you look at this 1 hour candle close, what do you see? That is what you can see that here. Okay, this is the 1 hour candle, and this is a long wick doji, and with this doji it's potentially to break below here, and that might bring that market potentially further low here. You see this 1 hour candle closing, long wick here representing that there is meltdown, right? The market is liquidating now on gold, and we want to take that move down below. Slow, but it's liquidating, right? There is a little bit of slowdown, but the market finally breaking that support here. Okay, with this liquidity gap, now it's coming further low here and may break that low entirely back to the support area. So let's hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. That's the best strategy. Okay, getting the reaction back below down. Okay, so I'm out of time, but the market is moving, so I'm still holding this trade and will be holding for this full profit target hit, or if we are unfortunate going back to the stop loss. But I'll be running this trade here, and at the same time I'm almost end of the session but not end of trading. There will be, as I mentioned, an update coming in just a matter of few hours, so you can keep eye. Give an update on that. The trade is on, the trade is running, either going to SL or going to the TP, and we had our previous entry winner, so I'm okay with that, whichever direction it's going. And I believe you guys enjoyed this session here, right? Enjoyed this session, and it was an incredible session with all of you. Again, I'm coming on live tomorrow as well. If you look at the calendar, it's pretty busy day also coming tomorrow. I'll see you there again with trading tomorrow as well. Trading, core retail sales, and also GBP, GDP coming tomorrow, which will make these instruments pretty volatile. I'll see you there again. Until that, stay well, stay happy.